Once upon a time, in the colorful town of Toonville, where all the cartoon characters lived, there was a mischievous little squirrel named Nutty. Nutty was known for his endless energy and love for pranks. He spent his days playing tricks on his friends, including Benny the Bunny and Daisy the Duck. While his friends found his antics amusing, they also knew that Nutty's pranks could sometimes get out of hand. One sunny morning, Nutty came up with his most daring prank yet. He decided to pull a trick on the grumpy old wizard, Mr. Whiskers, who lived on the outskirts of Toonville. Mr. Whiskers was a wise but grumpy old cat who didn't take kindly to pranks. Nutty knew it was risky, but he couldn't resist the challenge. With a mischievous grin, Nutty sneaked into Mr. Whiskers' garden, where he found a magical potion sitting on a table. Nutty couldn't resist the temptation and decided to drink it, hoping it would give him even more prankster powers. But as soon as Nutty took a sip, something strange happened. He felt a sudden surge of energy, and before he knew it, he had turned into a giant bouncing acorn. Panic set in as Nutty realized he couldn't control his new form. Bouncing wildly through Toonville, Nutty accidentally knocked over Benny's carrot stand, sending carrots flying everywhere. He bounced into Daisy's pond, causing a tidal wave of water that soaked everyone nearby. Nutty's friends were shocked and worried, not knowing how to help him. Meanwhile, Mr. Whiskers had discovered the missing potion and realized what had happened. He knew he had to do something to help Nutty, despite his grumpy nature. With a flick of his whiskers, Mr. Whiskers cast a spell to reverse the potion's effects. In a burst of magical sparkles, Nutty transformed back into his regular self. He was relieved but also embarrassed for causing so much chaos. Mr. Whiskers scolded Nutty for his reckless behavior, but also praised him for having the courage to admit his mistake. From that day on, Nutty learned a valuable lesson about the consequences of his pranks. He realized that laughter and fun were important, but not at the expense of others' happiness or safety. He promised his friends and Mr. Whiskers that he would be more responsible with his pranks and use his energy for good. True to his word, Nutty became the prankster with a heart of gold. He still loved playing tricks and making his friends laugh, but he always made sure his pranks were harmless and brought joy to everyone. His friends admired his newfound maturity, and even Mr. Whiskers began to appreciate Nutty's mischievous spirit. As the years passed, Nutty and his friends continued to have fun adventures together in Toonville. Nutty's pranks became legendary, and his laughter echoed through the town, bringing joy to everyone. Nutty had learned that laughter and kindness were the true magic of Toonville, and he cherished every moment spent with his friends in their whimsical cartoon world. And so, the funny cartoon story of Nutty the Squirrel continued, reminding us all that laughter, friendship, and learning from our mistakes are the true keys to a joyful and meaningful life in the wonderful world of cartoons.